So sometimes you want to offer a set of choices and you want to filter them like cards, but you know that these options will only ever be used in that one place. You could make a card for each option, and we've done this in the past, like the Localvore, like the product listings, and then you set and require a variable that's unique to the passage where they belong. But if you have a fixed deck of options, it's a bit nicer to have them all and their conditions all in one place. So I added a choices macro, which lets you make a bunch of temporary cards inside a single passage and store the resulting deck in a variable. So to define a choice, you say, so we say choices, and then we close it, /choices. So to make a choice, you say when tags, and then you say offer content. So let's say if you don't specify, if in the tags, same thing, they're just separated by spaces. Oh, well, not same thing, but same as with Twee, they're just separated in spaces. If you don't specify card or sticky card, it will automatically add card. So let's add just a do nothing choice. Say when sticky card, so it's always there. And we're gonna say offer procrastinate, and we're gonna go back to start and do nothing. All right. To display the choices, then we use QBN filter. So card row backtick QBN.filter. Oh, wait, sorry, choices. We also need to give it a variable name. So we're going to call this, I don't know, just call it choices for now. Underscore choices. So we're going to filter underscore choices. And then this could also this will filter by default will return all the matching things. But just like with cards, just like with QBN cards, you can pass a number. We could say, we only want 3 of the available options. And if there are less than 3, it'll just give you all of them. But if there are more, it'll limit it to that. Okay. So then if we save this and we go over here and we reload it, there we are, procrastinate. And we click on it and, well, nothing happens. We don't have a header here to say where we are. That's fine. Okay, so there's no way to link to one of these temporary cards. I could possibly come up with a way to do that, but I'm not sure it's really worth it. So this does mean that you'll still have to make a separate passage for the result of each choice if you want to see it as its own passage. So if you're working in the Twine editor, it's still a lot of clicking around, but you can't nest cards forever. I mean, you could, it would get messy. But you'll want to break out into a new passage at some point. And this way, you'll tend to use Twine links from the choices to where they go to, so the Twine editor will show you the connections, which is kind of cool. One of the things about working with a storylet-based thing in Twine is that you lose that. All the connections are sort of made by the program, and they're not visible in the editor, so it kind of reduces the usefulness of that. I don't know. Anyway, maybe there's a better way, but I experimented with several things, and this is sort of the one I settled on for now. So let's add a couple of stats and a couple more choices. So let's make a story init passage. Story init. Let's say set $stat points to 1. Set $stealth to 0. Set $strength to 0. And then at the top of start, we're going to show those things and let you mess with them. So, and let you spend your stat point. So stat points : $stat underscore points. Let's say stealth. And now we're going to use a setter link again, but we're going to use some knowledge of JavaScript to change 2 variables at once. We're going to decrease the stat point of stealth, $stealth. If stat points greater than 0 /if. All right, and then inside that, so we're going to make a setter link. It's going to say, let's say space, friends, let's say in bracket, increase, goes to start. And we're going to close it, and then we're going to do our other brackets for the setter. Close it. So for the setter, in JavaScript, you can put ++ or --- either after or before a variable in order to increase its value or decrease its value by 1. And you can use semicolons to end one sort of statement and start another one. So we're going to say dollars, whoa, I didn't mean to move, I meant to, $stat underscore points ++ semicolon, I'm going to put a space in there so you can see it, and $stealth ++. Oh, wait a second, we want to decrease the stat points. I'm not thinking. Decrease the stat points, increase the stealth. And then we're going to do the same thing for strength. So we're going to strength, and we're just going to change all these strength, and that's going to change as well. And then because these are kind of separate from the thing, let's just put a line, let's put a new line or put a break in there. All right. Now we're ready for some more choices. So let's say when when sticky card, and this will be the stealth one, rec dash stealth dash greater than 0. And then we are going to offer, and we're going to make a link that says maybe there's a guard here and you're trying to get past him. So sneak past. And then, of course, we need to make the other passage, : sneak past. A heated argument at one of the stalls distracts the guard, if I could spell briefly. You take advantage of his lapse in attention to sneak past. Alright, this will be visible only if you bought stealth. So let's make sure that works. It built okay, and it runs. We don't see it. If we increase strength, we still don't see it. If we use the back button to go back, spend our point on stealth, there it is, sneak past. Ta-da. Okay. Now, as I said, there's no way to link to a choice, so I don't think there's ever any point in having a choice with a cover and contents, but the also requirements are still sometimes useful. So I have a link if macro, or widget, macro, whatever. So we can use an also requirement to make the strength card always visible, but only link to it if the also requirements are met. So let's say when sticky card and also strength greater than 0. And I'll put the offer on another line. So this has no hard requirement, so it will always show up, but we're going to say link if. Why is that highlighted? That's annoying. All right, link if, and then we're going to use QB in backticks. We're going to say qbn.available, qbn.current, close backticks, and then we're going to link to bash the guard. So this will link to a passage. This will print bash the guard, and if the current choice is available, then it will link to that. You can also give it another set of things that's the text. So we could just name the passage bash, and then have the text be bash the guard, whatever. But we'll just use the text. This is just like a plain link, like sneak past. So we'll just the text and the actual link destination will be the same thing. And then, of course, we need the passage, : bash the guard. Let's see, you bash the guard over the head. That'll teach him to wear his helmet. And saunter past as he collapses. Save it. It builds with no errors. Reload. Alright, so now you can see it shows up, but we can't do it. We bought stealth, so we can sneak past. Let's go back to where we still have our stat point. I'm going to buy it on strength, and now it works, and there we go. Alright, so that's how choices work. As an exercise to the audience, you might take the Localvore example and try converting one of the product listings so that instead of including current products and having separate passages for each product, you just have a single set of choices right in the business passage. I think that would be a good demo of how much sort of work it can save you. Alrighty, thank you.